Hi guys, welcome here. Long time between videos, but today we're going to do a year later of cloth diapering. So I'm just going to run through my favorites, my dislikes, what I've learned, what I found easy, what I found difficult, what I've just downright hated, and what I've downright loved. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so Aldi have re-released the Bear and Boo Hoops. This release is a lot better than the last release. What, this one? This one. It's a lot better than the last release. And I'm going to show you why. Okay, so this is one of the new release Bear and Boohoo nappies in Aldi. The previous ones were complete. What's that? What's the material called? It's like that wipeable wash stuff on the inside. This release is got like the minky felty type fleecy material. This one feels like a mix of everything, but apparently it's just polyester with laminate. The prints this time around are pretty cute. So this is besides the one that my son is wearing, sunflowers. This is one of my favorites. We got 5 in this release, and it has the standard normal insert that it comes with. Now, this type of nappy is my favorite because of the fact that it just clips in and you put it on. It's easy. I, however, got the pocket ones. I don't like these ones as much. They do fit well, they hold well, but they're a pain in the backside when it comes to putting them all together at the end of the wash. Now, if you are someone like myself who is cloth diapering all day except for nighttime, you don't necessarily wash them same every day. So you probably do every second day or every third day. Some people do one big load at the end of the week. Personally, I don't want the smell because you're supposed to dry bale them, not wet bale. And I find that at day 3, they do kind of smell. Anyways, so this one's had a lot of love. Excuse the marks. Because sometimes I forget to put my liner in. But yes, so you've got to stuff it. And I find that so tedious. Stuffing like 20 of these bloody things in one session. That is why I prefer 2-in-1s. I prefer 2-in-1s over all-in-1s. All-in-1s do my head in because you can't take the liner off and double wash these. I like to double wash the liners. I do like a rinse cycle, and then I do a proper wash, just so I can make sure it's completely hygienic and all of the pee is stripped out of them. And then obviously if you're double washing these, they're not going to last as long, so that's why I prefer this option, because it's easier to put together once you have washed it all. And it is just easier. It's just easier, in my opinion. It's just easier. Now, the pocket diapers, they're a lot bulkier because my son is a heavy wetter, so I have to do multiple things. What I do is I have a bamboo and a microfiber. So the bamboo goes underneath the microfiber because obviously microfiber fills up quicker and bamboo takes longer to absorb. So I do it that way. So then when the microfiber is completely... Where's my English at? When the microfiber is completely soaked, that's when your bamboo kicks in and starts absorbing that moisture, so then you can still get a little bit more out of it. In saying that, I don't leave my son in the nappies long enough for that to be necessary, except for if he decides to have a really long nap. Then this is generally the nappy I put him in for nap time. Now, I also love whams. I love whams. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's not how you say it, but it's how I say it, and it sounds fun. Wham. Wham, man. Thank you, ma'am. And it's basically just a modern cloth nappy made by a stay-at-home mum. Well, or a mum business, whatever. But it's designed and made by a mum. They generally use all the same pattern to make them, and usually they are clip-ins, so they're usually 2-in-1. But for this one, I've just got them. I have just got the inserts laying on top because I don't have the clip-ins for this particular nappy. And then for my liners, I use terry towel because I find that the terry towel reacts better with my son's skin. The micro fleece or polar fleece, it just causes rash for my son. I know other women swear by it, and most companies, that's what they offer you as a liner, in terms of reusable. But all I do is I buy cheap towels, cut them up as liners, and eventually they do start to fray because I am not going to be sewing up this when they last just fine. And it's cheap. It's like $2.50 at IKEA for a towel that's... Let's see if I can get you... I don't think I can get this in. These are the ones I get from IKEA. $2.50 each towel. They're also really good size for baby towels. I use that for my 19-month-old. Yes, he's 19 months old. In comparison to the videos, the previous videos, he's very big. I also never clip them together when I put them away. They're always loose, because when I need to quickly scoop it under, change, I find it a lot easier to just do that than have to unclick it, because he's now at the age where he refuses to have a nappy change. Don't come at me in the comments about you must get consent, because if I did that, my child would get severe nappy rash and probably some sort of like bacterial disease and get taken away. Because if he had it his way, he would never have a nappy change. Okay, moving on to the next 5v5s. So again, I have two types of covers. I have the baby behind covers and the, what's it called? Oh Baby Car. It's like an Alva equivalent. I got these on DH Gate. I think it was DH Gate. Got them on there. Anyways, I use these ones, these covers for the baby behind bamboo fitted nappies. These are my favorite for day naps because they are super absorbent. They're good on his skin. They don't cause him to have a rash when he has a long sleep. It has lots of liners. This one's a nice big tongue, so you can sort of have it so it's multiples near where they need it. So obviously a girl's more in the middle, boy's more up the top. And like normal, terry towel over the top. I know a few people that use the terry towels just as the baby inserts. I don't know how well that would work for heavy wetters like my son, because he wets through like bamboo and hemp and all that. But yeah, so yeah, this one is a button one. This is, I find, a good one for summer because my son in summertime cannot do the buttons undone because they're quite hard. But in summertime, when he goes for a nap, because I live in Australia, it's hot in summer, but in summertime these ones are useless because he'll take the cover off, and whilst he can't undo the buttons on this, without a cover on the bamboo fitted baby behinds, you get wet sheets because they're designed to have covers. And yeah, that is what I use. And for yeah, so for my liners I use a terry towel. For my day nappies I prefer to stick to the bamboo. The old release I found a little bit too snug with how they had the gussets, so I didn't like that, but when I saw that they had changed it in this release, I had to get them because I knew that they were similar to the Wham. Also, how cute is this print? It's a baby koala, a little echidna, a kookaburra, that looks... Well, it's a kangaroo, but it looks... It's a kangaroo, but it's got fox vibe kangaroos. Like, don't you think? Like, I'll put it up closer. So it's a kangaroo, but it looks like fox. Maybe it's a wallaby, but they're not orange. Anyways, it's really cute. Wombat. Can you tell that I'm bored in the house? I'm in the house bored. And yes, so I'll also show you what rash cream I use. So I use this one. This actually, the original one came in the New South Wales hospital bag, and I found it really good. I even use this on my son's ear, behind his ear, because he gets extremely bad dermatitis behind his ear. Just one ear, but yep. He has really bad dermatitis behind one ear. So if he ever gets a rash, this is the one I use with the cloth nappy, because I find it doesn't have any build-up with it. So if you can see that, I feel like I don't need to. I got a different camera, so it should be better. And then for just protection, I just do Curash powder. Yes, there is a funky sticker on it from my 4-year-old, but it's like talcum powder with zinc in it, so it just prevents rash, I find anyways. And then the baby lotion that I use, that I find don't leave residue anywhere on the nappy, is this one, Yavino Bebe. It's just bedtime lotion. It calms my child down, makes him relax, so I generally put that on him before his day nap and then nighttime. And that is it for the products that I use and what I use. Okay, next thing. Now, the difference between cloth diapering a tiny baby and cloth diapering a big baby is his poos are now solid enough to just shake off into the toilet, which is great. There is no real need to spray into the toilet or anything like that. All I have to do these days is carry the nappy into the toilet, go like this, shake it a bit, it plonks down, flush the toilet, carry this over, throw it in the wash, or put it into my wet bag. I have his wet bag. Let's go for a little walk. So I just have his wet bag behind his door. Just here. That's just his wet bag. There's currently a nappy in there. I sort of stick to every second day. Sometimes I do get lazy, if I'm honest, and I push it to 3 days. So that is what it is. Another thing with snaps, snap neck, like that snaps, and Velcros. Velcros are easier for your husband to, well, my husband to get. Snaps, my husband never puts it on right, and it's always too loose, and yucky. It's always too loose, and then he doesn't end up keeping the wee into the nappy. So generally I stick to the cloth, and if my husband's home and I've asked him to change a nappy, he goes from having him in a cloth diaper to a disposable. Now, we use disposable at nighttime because we are yet to find a cloth nappy that absorbs all of his night wee. Now, because he is 19 months old now, he generally sleeps through the night. Exceptions lately, because he has teeth coming through, he has been waking up. And if he was to wear the cloths that we've got, even the the bamboo fitted and cover, they're supposed to be a night nappy, but they don't hold for him. Yes. Careful. You've been up to something. Yeah. Okay, so with these nappies, I have the extension back there because he's got chunky thighs. This is down there, and then I bring the top one in a little bit snugger, so then it's secure, but there is a little bit of a roll because he's got a little belly. But yeah, it all fits really nice and snug and well. But as you can see, he thought I was going to change his nappy, so he freaked out. And yes, so the difference in the newborn cloth diapering and older baby cloth diapering is, as they get older, the poop situation gets easier because it's not so watery, it's not so hectic. It's more like poop and less like diarrhea. Really, that's the only way to say it. So yeah, I love cloth diapering. I'm a little bit obsessed now with buying cloth diapers. I only use Biozet when it comes to washing the cloth diapers. I don't use fabric softener. It's not recommended. I know some people that do use it, but it's actually not recommended because it can cause a build-up on the nappy, and they don't absorb as well once that build-up is on. I dry in the sun, but inside sun, because I have a dog at the back, so it's on a clothes horse. I will occasionally, if it's pouring with rain and shady, I will use the dryer on the air cycle and not the dryer cycle to dry it a bit better. And yeah, so I alternate. So my first rinse with the liners, essentially the absorbers, I do a wash at 65 degrees. Yes, degrees Celsius. And then and that's for a 38-minute wash. And that's just basically a rinse out. And then I do a hygiene wash. I have an LG washing machine. It has a hygiene wash, and I believe the temperature that I do that at is like 80 degrees. Celsius, I think. I don't know. My washing machine goes all the way up to 95 degrees. I don't think that that's a recommended heat. Don't quote me on that because I don't overly know the rules and the whatnots about it. I just do what works for us and what I've found cleans the nappies the best, the quickest. You can't climb onto the counter, babe. Yeah, so if there's anything else that you want me to run through cloth diapering about, drop a comment below. And if I get enough comments in regards to cloth diapering, I can make a more detailed video on them. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.